to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I'm glad that you're here. And you may not know, but I had my first baby this year, a baby boy. His name is Bellamy. He's the best ever. And I am officially out of the 4th trimester. So they call the 4th trimester months 1 through 3 postpartum, because in pregnancy it's broken up by trimesters, which is 3 months. So 4th trimester is pregnancy and postpartum, although you're postpartum forever if you've had a baby. But my baby's gonna be 4 months old next week, so I figured it's time to film a newborn must-haves video. I honestly thought that I would have a very minimal list, but after I wrote everything down, it looks like a lot. But I promise you, as overwhelming as it may feel, these are things that I used a lot. There's some things that are related to breastfeeding, but I tried to keep that like completely separate because I understand that not everybody breastfeeds. So we'll get right into it. Some of this stuff I can't show you because my baby is using it right now. But I'll start off right off the bat with my baby monitor. He's napping right now, so there he is. I use the Infant Optics baby monitor. Really affordable compared to most of them out there. I picked this one because it had great reviews. It doesn't connect to Wi-Fi and it doesn't need an app. It literally, you plug it in and it's hooked up. The connection can be spotty. I haven't had any issues with it. I can go all the way out to my backyard, chill in the pool, go to my basement, work out, go all over my house, still have connection. It has this little antenna. It's so unbelievably simple to set up. You plug in your camera, you turn this on, and you're good to go. My only complaint about this is I feel like the monitor itself, the battery doesn't last super long, but it charges really fast, so no big deal. And you can see them perfectly clear. I use it for all of his naps. I don't use that at nighttime because he's still in our room, but it's the best. Gives me peace of mind for naps, and I can kind of go do things while he does nap. I don't think I started using it until he was about 5 weeks old, only because I didn't know that I could put him down for naps before that. So that's when I started doing that. Second thing, also related to sleep, the Snuggle Me. I thought for sure this was gonna be one that I would eat my words because I put it on my registry and everyone was like, you're not gonna use it, it's so expensive, it's so overrated. They were wrong, okay? Bellamy loves it. In the newborn phase, it's so nice because they just want to be held all the time, and sometimes you gotta go to the bathroom, sometimes you gotta feed yourself, you gotta have a life, you know? And so you can lay them in the Snuggle Me and they feel so cozy and warm and safe. You know, it's not technically safe for overnight sleep or unsupervised sleep if they like turn their head, because there is like a bit of a raised part of the pillow, but it is just so cozy for him and he loves to lay in it. He's actually currently napping in it. That's why I have the monitor on him. It's just super helpful when you want to put them down but they want to be held. It's cozy. It's the best. I thought that I would not use it as much as I have because everyone kind of told me that, but my baby, he loves it. Another thing related to sleep, I can't show you because he's using it, is the Hatch sound machine. So I do love it because I can hook up to my phone on Bluetooth. Like right now, it's running in our bedroom. I could change the sound, the light setting, all of that without actually going in there and messing with it. You can set routines and schedules. So I have one for bedtime that kicks on right away at 9 o'clock in our room. It's rain sounds with red light and it'll play until like 9 a.m. And it's easy to unplug and bring with you wherever you go. You don't need Wi-Fi, you just need Bluetooth, and you don't have to leave your Bluetooth on the entire time you're using it. It's just if you want to change the settings and stuff. But I really love it. We started using it before we had him. We used it in my last trimester of pregnancy after I got it at my shower because I wanted to have it set up. And now I don't think that we will ever sleep without a white noise machine because it really makes a difference to have like soothing rain sounds playing in the background when you're sleeping. There's probably cheaper alternatives, but I think that's definitely the pros to the Hatch, is that you can connect to it, change settings, have routines set up for it, and you can have multiple hooked up in your app if you have multiple babies in different rooms. Another one related to sleep I do have here is the Vava Nightlight. This thing is so worth the hype. So you just tap it twice to turn it on. It's daylight out, obviously, so you're not gonna be able to tell how bright this is, but you tap and hold to brighten and dim it. It also has a warm and cool tone setting. So it has a warm setting. This is the one I keep it on at night. It's like a more yellowy light. It's more comforting and cozy and not as harsh, but it's just so easy to use. The charge on this is incredible. And it's like so portable, so if I need to walk around my room to look for something, I can just pick this up. Charges right on the bottom. But it's the best for nighttime feeds, nighttime diaper changes, nighttime pump sessions. I always had this thing on, sitting on the bed with me while I changed his diaper, while I did our nursing session, because definitely in the beginning, it's hard to latch without like a light. At least it was for me. And if you're doing formula or bottles, you're definitely gonna need a light to mix those things up. So this is just the best. I was able to use this without ever waking Austin up in the middle of the night. It's just the best. Two things can kind of be related to sleep. Obviously, this is a lot about sleep because newborns, pretty much all they do is sleep, except for at night because they eat a lot. And newborns are just trying to adjust to this outside world. Their bellies are really like developing an actual microbiome, so their gut is just all over the place. They can be gassy, finicky, newborns are unpredictable. So I have this colic calm water, or some people use gripe water. This is a more homeopathic route that you could go, but you can use it for gas, upset stomach. Bellamy definitely, I feel like his gas problems peaked at 3 weeks and then they went away around 6 to 7 weeks. So at 3 weeks he was spitting up a lot, had like gas, reflux, like arching his back, just really built up gassy stomach, and it would cause him to really be uncomfortable, unable to sleep. I would do a tiny dabble of this on his pacifier and he would usually calm down. I tried not to use this a ton, but it was helpful in those times where it was just like inconsolable, middle of the night, your baby's upset. Put a little bit of this on your pacifier and you're good to go. For like the first few months of their life, I don't think they need to be in anything other than pajamas, especially newborns, because they're just cozy. They sleep, eat, poop. It's pretty much all they do. So zipper jammies, reverse zipper jammies are the best. It zips from the bottom up. These ones are the Cloud Island brand from Target. And the reason that them zipping from the bottom up makes them the best is because when you change their diaper in the middle of the night, you don't have to unzip from the top down and make the rest of their body cold. You only have to unzip the legs and take their little feet out, change their diapers, so they stay warm during changes and you're not disturbing them or waking them up. And then same thing with these. It's like a little nightgown. It's open at the bottom. These are great too because like this is 0 to 6 months. Since it doesn't have feet, he can wear this for as long as he wants. Like he can just grow into it or out of it. And it's nice for diaper changes. And personally for Bellamy, I've noticed that he does not like to have his feet restricted at all or his hands restricted, so this is great. I don't have any swaddles on here because from the night that we came home from the birth center until now, he has not liked swaddles. I tried multiple different kinds. I tried doing it less tight, doing it tighter. He just never liked them. He would grunt and squirm until he got an arm out and then the other arm out from day one. And your baby might be like this, and if they are, I'm sorry, because I know I was always envious of all the moms that could just swaddle their baby so tight and their baby would go to sleep and not move. My baby is so active. He does not like to be constricted. So one swaddle that did work when Bellamy was really little, because they just are always like punching and jerking around because they don't have control over their arms and legs yet. So a good alternative that I found was I think it's called Swaddle Me Love to Dream Swaddle. Love to Dream Swaddle. It's like a little flying squirrel suit. I used that from like 5 to 8 weeks, and then we just dropped swaddles completely because he just did not like them. He ended up sleeping better without them. than he did with them, but that one was a good alternative to keep him from like punching himself and stuff. He could still use his hands to self-soothe, and it's not super tight and restrictive, so I did like that one, and it kept him warm. So if you are looking for a swaddle, that's the only one that worked for us. So also related to gas and all that reflux, I started giving Bellamy these BioGaia baby probiotic drops. They had like 5-star reviews on Amazon. Everybody suggested these when I was asking for help on like him spitting up and stuff, because I had tried going dairy-free and gluten-free and all that, and it just didn't seem to be helping. Like, I genuinely think most of the time, there are circumstances where babies have intolerances, but most of the time it's just a baby adjusting. Their belly is just adjusting. Within 2 weeks of just putting a little bit of this, I literally would just put it on my boob before I fed him, or just drop them in his mouth. Within 2 weeks of using these, stopped spitting up, no gas. It was great. Could have been just timing, him growing out of it, but I do think that these were helpful in helping like mature his digestive system. And right along track with the spitting up and stuff, the best burp cloths and the only ones that you should buy are these muslin cloth burp cloths. They're thick, multi-layered, and they're cuter than all the rest of them, but they actually absorb everything. I feel like all the like thin normal burp cloths that we would get, you'd throw it over your shoulder, and if your baby spit up, it automatically soaked through to your shirt. This will not. It soaks up so much. You can use it multiple times throughout the day without it being like sopping wet and disgusting, and they wash really well. I think it's just cotton, which is nice, and we love them. This actually got us started on my love for muslin cloth. I have blankets like this, I have clothing like this, I want everything like this. It's the best ever. This came in a pack on Amazon, but with the next baby for sure, I will only be registering for these kind of burp cloths, only buying these kind. They're the most absorbent. The rest of them pretty much don't do anything and aren't very helpful. Lots and lots of these muslin cloth blankets. This came in a pack. It's also a swaddle. Like I said, Bellamy hated being swaddled, so we didn't really use it that often for that purpose. But we did use them a lot for car seat covers, nursing covers, wrapping him up, like just gently laying this over him during nap time, sleep time. It's great to throw on him in the car seat as a blanket because it's lightweight, but also is thick enough that it's still warm and serving a purpose. We use them as burp cloths sometimes. They're cute. They're like just really buttery, soft, and not thick, crazy, fuzzy blankets. So these were more versatile in my opinion. That's why I registered for them, because we had them in March. So I needed stuff for cold weather, but also for the summer, and we're still able to use these through spring, summer, fall, and winter. They're the best. Portable sound machines. I have 2. They're all kind of the same. It doesn't really matter what brand you get. I'll put a picture of the ones that I have. So I have one for his car seat and one for his stroller, or just on the go around the house. They are lifesavers. Babies don't like to be put in a dead silent room. You would think that they want to sleep in silence, but they don't, because I read somewhere that in the womb it's as loud as a vacuum cleaner, which is pretty darn loud. So it's just a huge shock to them to be put in a really silent environment. It's comforting to have white noise, especially in the newborn days. He kind of just napped wherever I was. I didn't really put him in a bassinet or anything during the day until he was a few weeks old. So wherever he was, that sound machine was too, because it helped him to kind of A, drown out the rest of the sounds of the house, but B, not be dead silent and just wake up at every sound that he hears. My love every play gym. Oh my word, you guys. I also thought this was gonna be one of those overhyped products just because that's how people are. Everything that you are excited about using, they're like, trust me, you're not gonna use it. Well, we use it every day, still to this day, from the time that I brought him home. So I think you can start tummy time once their umbilical cord stump falls off. His fell off around 2 weeks old and we started tummy time right away, and he just loved his play gym. It comes with flashcards and all these different sensory attachments, and when they're newborns, they can't really see much, but they can see black and white and like harsh contrasting things. So it comes with a bunch of these and you can clip them on and they can just look up at it, and it's just really stimulating for them, and it helps with wake windows and making sure that during their wake windows they're doing exciting fun things that will wear them out for their nap, and that they know that when it's daytime it's time to be awake, and when it's nighttime it's time to be asleep. That helped with kind of stimulating him. We still use it to this day because there's different attachments that you can purchase that helps them grow developmentally. So I just got another play kit, and it came with some sensory strands to attach to it for his current age, with a bunch of like squeakers and stuff. It's just the best. It's beautiful, it's sturdy, and trust me, you really will use it. If you don't want to buy the Love Everyone, just get some sort of play gym that has mobiles and harsh contrasting colors and patterns, or you could even just buy a pack of black and white flashcards on Amazon, or black and white books. Do things with them, show them flashcards and things like that. It helps them, it entertains them, it stimulates them. Next two are kind of more like postpartum, I guess. So I had a 3-tiered rolling cart that I had next to my bed, and then I had one in the living room, and I definitely recommend doing this if you are having a baby soon. So I'll put a picture of the cart that I used, but it's 3 tiers, and so like on the top one I would put everything that I use a lot, like burp rags, extra onesies, pacifiers, nail clippers, the gripe water, snacks, different things like that. The second tier was more snacks for me, extra water, breast milk pads, anything for breastfeeding, my breast pump, my haka, my breast shells, like all that stuff. And then on the very bottom, just miscellaneous stuff like books, diapers, wipes, all that to change diapers. And I had it right next to me in the living room because for the first like 6 weeks of his life, I literally spent from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed in our recliner in our living room, feeding, napping, feeding, napping. And it was so nice having everything next to me. If I needed to pump, change his diaper, change his clothes, it was all right there. And you can also wheel it around the house. I've seen people make them for their postpartum care stuff. I kind of just put mine in a little caddy. So I had like my pads, my ice pads, my Frida bottle, all that stuff in a little caddy that I could bring to each bathroom. And then on my nighttime shelf, like the 3-tiered cart, I had one in my bedroom as well, and that was lifesaver. I stored my Vava nightlight, my breast pump, changing all the diaper changing stuff, an extra pair of pajamas because he usually puked or peed or pooped or something on his onesie. Snacks for me because I got so hungry in the middle of the night when breastfeeding those first few weeks. The more you can avoid having to frequently get up and walk around your house in those first few weeks recovering postpartum, the better you will feel, the more rested you will be, and the better your body will heal. Next one, a baby wrap of some sort. So I have 3. I have a even flow wrap, it's more structured, or carrier, it's more structured. It's super easy to put on. We couldn't use that until he was a lot bigger. But the one I used like every day in the newborn phase is my Ergo baby wrap. It's just one that you can, it's a long piece of fabric that you wrap around yourself. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy, but it keeps them nice and snug and firm up against you. We did a lot of contact naps in there. All my walks that I took in my first few weeks postpartum, I wore him, so we got lots of skin on skin, and he could just sleep on me, and I could still get up and do the things I needed to do if I needed to use the bathroom or wanted to clean up the house or something. It was the best, and I still use it to this day. I think there's a weight limit for it, but he's not reaching that yet. And then I also have a wild bird ring sling. I used that a lot in the newborn days. Once I finally figured out how to use it, I was like really afraid to use it for some reason, but I love my wild bird sling. It's a little bit more difficult now because he doesn't like the way he has to sit in it with his current age, but definitely get it for the newborn phase. I breastfed in that quite often, and It's the best. I think that those are all of my newborn must-haves. I tried to keep breastfeeding stuff out of it because that could be a totally separate video, and I know not everybody breastfeeds. If you guys want to see a breastfeeding must-have video, let me know in the comments below, because I'm 4 months in, and I'd say I feel like we have a pretty good routine, and I definitely have some must-have things and tips and tricks. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It supports my channel. And if you're having a baby soon, I hope this video helped you know what to put on your registry or last minute things to buy. These were things that saved my life during the newborn days, and hopefully they will help you as well. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you love on someone, go out of your way to make them feel extra special today, just because they are. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.